Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to part 2 of this special edition of Real Talk. As I say, it's special because I've got some really amazing young people with me today talking about some of the challenges that they're facing, the opportunities and challenges that they're facing in this country at this moment in time. Not just from institutions, but the wider community, but also within our own community as well. Because as we mentioned earlier, and I've discussed this many times before, the disconnect between the mosque and the young people is so great at the moment that if you remember a few weeks ago we talked about the number of young people who are leaving the fold of Islam because they feel that the mosque are not offering them anything that keeps them in the family of Islam as well. And I'll be talking about that in a few weeks' time because I've got Mulana Abu Bakr, who came on my program a few weeks ago, coming back. Because yesterday I came across this document which says that there are 100,000, there's an ex-Muslims group in London which has got 100,000 members, and apparently there's quite a few of them who are from our region as well. And they have left the fold of Islam because primarily they feel that Islam does not address some of their needs as well. Now we touched about that slightly at this moment, but yeah, we were talking about politics, and Misbah said that obviously it's given us some encouragement to talk about politics. What about you? How did you feel? Were you involved in politics? Were you interested in politics before you became part of this group?
Yeah, so during the leadership course, we met with a very inspiring counsellor called Salma Arif, and after listening to her, it was very inspiring. I wanted to keep up with politics, and I did before the course keep up with politics. I tried to read news articles about what's happening in the world, but after that, I realised the importance of why we should keep up with the news, and yeah, and for me, I feel like for me personally, politics isn't for me, but there's so many people out there that should definitely get into politics and represent the Asian brown community, the Muslim community, because if you look at the House of Lords right now, it's majority just white people, and if we need to have some representation, or the policies are going to be against us, and we have to get out there and represent the Asian community.
Yeah, I mean, thank you very much. And we've seen that the last election, there were a number of people who are not happy with the politics the way it is at the moment. And you have the independent councillors in Leeds as well. And you mentioned Salma Arif. She's a wonderful, amazing young woman. She's been on my program. I invited her to come and talk about her role as one of the leaders in the council, because she's a portfolio holder, and she's got one of the biggest portfolios in Leeds City Council. She's doing some amazing work, and may Allah give her even more strength. So yeah, and when we talk about politics, obviously we know that there's not many Muslim role models. Do you have anybody that you look on, apart from Hanif? Obviously, Hanif is a role model for many young people, including myself. But yeah, do you have any people that you look up to and think is a good Muslim, or she's a good Muslim, and she's a good person that I would like to follow in their footsteps? Do you have any good Muslim role models that you can look up to?
I was thinking that it could be the people in your own family.
Right.
Or my role model would be someone who I actually genuinely know, someone that I see probably on a daily basis, or even Zara, I would say as well. Really Zara, because I've seen the way she handles everything in situations. Could be that smallest little situation, and it really just shows me that's what I would aspire to be like.
Right. I mean, obviously, we work very closely with, but in terms of in the business sector or the political sector, where Yahya says, major decisions are made, policy decisions. Do you feel that Muslims have got good role models in place, or do we need some more?
Definitely need more, 100%. I think also role models could be really hard over social media, just because of how the community is and how people are. You don't know who to trust most of the times as well. So definitely more role models.
All three of you are very young. I mean, I'm way past it. I'm not on social media. The only thing I do is WhatsApp. And that's it. Nothing else. I wouldn't even know how to work Facebook and TikTok and whatever it is. How important is social media to all of you? Sarah?
Okay, maybe considerably to some extent. Perhaps from Leeds Muslim Youth Forum's perspective, getting the message out.
Right.
Sharing what's going on, maybe events.
Right. And the two of you, obviously very young, is social media your main sort of medium of getting information? Right.
I would say social media can go both ways.
Right.
It can be a negative thing, it could be a positive thing.
Right.
Like LNYF, we can really get the message out on social media, but this can be so much backlash on social media as well at the same time. It can be difficult.
Right. Yeah. I mean, as a young man, social media does that when all the information at the moment is that everything is somewhere in social media rather than anything else, right? That young people don't watch the news, BBC or ITV, that they get all the information from the social media. You know, do you feel that that is reality in that is the case with most young people?
Definitely, yes. I know a lot of family members and friends that primarily get their news from TikTok and social media, but we should be wary about the benefits and the cons of social media, and we should just take everything with a grain of salt and just evaluate where this story is coming from and whether we can trust this source. And yes, social media, there's a lot of benefit to it, but we should also look at the harm and be wary about it.
Right. Now, you're putting, I presume you're putting quite a lot of positive stuff on social media yourselves, are you?
Yeah, so I would imagine, so anything we're sort of involved with, anything that's going on in the community we've attended or that's happening, we share it. But actually I wanted to elaborate on Miss Ben Yahya's point that I think the difficulty for young people is so much time is spent on social media. And what I mean by that is, aside from education or those educational hours, anything after that, it is almost like, they call it like, it's just doom scrolling, isn't it? It's just, you know, without a thought in that manner. And really, I know it's a big ask in that manner, but that's really what we hope, where young people would sort of get withdrawn from and rather utilise their time in more positive things, because there is so much to do. There's so much.
Well, there is. I mean, I've seen young people in the masjid, for example, and the imam is giving a lecture, because he's talking in Urdu or Mirpuri, as you said, and they're sat there looking on social media rather, because they're not interested in what the imam is saying. And you know, this is part of the disconnect between the mosque and the young people. But do you feel that we have enough good, positive messages going out from the Muslim community on social media which counters some of the very negative sort of anti-Muslim hatred that is going on at the moment?
I think absolutely, yes. I think it would be unfair to say that there isn't a lot of hope being spreaded, good messages, good work, because there is fantastic work being done across Leeds and beyond Leeds as well in that manner. But it always just feels that we still need it. Maybe it'll just continue, that we'll always need the extra amount.
So we have to work extra hard,
definitely,
to try and prove that we are good citizens, etc.
Unfortunately.
Misbah, what are the challenges for young people going forward now? I mean, you're a young woman, you're studying, you're in college. Now, I don't know, how are people looking on you as a Muslim in college at the moment? Because we've seen the narrative change in the last few months completely in this country. Have you seen the effects of that at college?
Really and truly, not really. I am the only girl in my college course.
Oh, right.
So there's many other Muslims in the course as well. But
yeah, okay. So you've not seen the effect of that too much.
I think college has just started as well.
Oh, is it?
So
sorry, yeah.
First day back.
The academic year. Is it first day back?
First day back today.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Good luck to you for the rest of your year.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I mean, are you still studying Yahya? Are you?
So I completed my studies last year, and now I'm doing an apprenticeship with the NHS for medical engineering. And
Subhanallah.
And alhamdulillah, I work at St James Hospital, and there's quite a bit of diversity in the people that work there. You get people from Bradford, you get black people, you get brown people, so alhamdulillah, that's quite good. But with the apprentices, I'm the only non-white apprentice in my cohort, so I feel like I've got to make a good example for brown people. I am an ambassador for non-white people in my cohort, so I've really got to make a good example for them.
Do you feel you have extra pressure as a result of that?
I feel like I do, and it does feel a bit different, like being with others that are white, and yeah, there is definitely some pressure, but I try and not think about that and just focus on my work, focus on the expertise that I'm expected to work on, and yeah.
Because one of the things that I had the main Imam of Qatar here one day, and he was, I asked him this question: that what is the one of the main roles of a Muslim person in a non-Muslim country? And he says one of the main roles is your akhlaq, which means your behavior, how you behave with other people, because they won't see whether you pray namaz or not, they won't see whether you fast or not, but they'll see how you are in your day-to-day interactions with other people. Are you honest? Are you genuine? Are you caring, etc.? And that, he says, was a main factor that changed the world from being non-Muslim to Muslim. Right? So yeah, Allah give you even more strength and give you the ability, both of you, that you display the akhlaq that Islam, the true Islam is all about, that you mentioned at the beginning, right? And that is the important thing. Now, coming back to politics, because everything is, at the end of the day, is guided by politics. And I know you said you have a sort of dabbled in the politics to a certain extent. In Bradford there's attempts to try and young people develop some leadership programs, and in Manchester, to get more and more young people into the political arena. Are you looking to do that as well in part of your work, as the leadership work that you're doing?
Yes, we would hope so. So part of the workshop that we did around politics was in hopes to maybe have the young ambassadors in the future shadow some of the MPs that came forward, right, which they were really excited about as well. And I think if we can start to learn the basic structure of how politics work from sort of this age, maybe get some more sort of interest from the young people, perhaps attend a few maybe open seatings of the local politics meetings that take place. Yeah, it's definitely a direction that we would hope to go into.
I mean, you have a master in Hanif Malik when it comes to dealing with politics, and then you've got, Salma Arif, as you say, and you've got Richard Bergen, who's a very well-known campaigner for Palestinian people as well. Have you done anything proactive about what's happening in Gaza at the moment, as part of your work in the Leeds Muslim Youth Forum? Yes,
so inshallah, just this coming week, so this coming Wednesday, there's a meeting taking place in Leeds, and a handful of ambassadors are in that meeting, inshallah, to create a Palestine Awareness Day, perhaps turn it into an Awareness Week. Some of us have been to the vigils, the sort of protests that are continuing on a Saturday in that sense, but it is always sort of at the heart and the mind front in that manner, but now we're more actively trying to create a day a week so we can spread the awareness and sort of keep
I know one of my friends goes to the Leeds Saturday sort of vigil every Saturday. Her name is Fakhra Rahman. She's very, very good. As young people, born in this country, or virtually born in this country, living in this country, and you see what is happening in Gaza, and you see how our politicians are responding or not responding to it. How do you feel about that? And what do you think other young people would think about it as well? Misbah?
It's very upsetting. And for young people, you can feel quite helpless in a way as a young person. You can be confused, and with the way social media portrays it, it can be very, very confusing. You don't know who to trust at the same time, and the social medias. And just as a young person, you really want to use your voice, but at the same time, you don't know when or where.
Right. So this work that Zara just mentioned, that coming together on Wednesday, do you feel that will give you the opportunity to share your frustration, your thoughts, etc.?
100%. It's a safe place, safe space where you can use your voice, and it's the same like-minded people and express that.
So, and Yahya, you feel, how passionate the young people, do you feel young people are about what is going on in Gaza?
I think generally the younger generation is very passionate about matters like this, but it's unfortunate that the people in power, the people that control everything, they have different morals and ethics to the younger people, and it boils my blood when I see the stories in Gaza and the killings and the shootings, but we've just got to keep standing up for the Palestinians and keep protesting, keep boycotting, and that's all we can do.
Okay, I mean, I've done several programs on Gaza, including live feeds from Gaza itself, where, you know, from Jerusalem and etc. Sarah, you've got this small group of young people, you know, and I hope that the group is growing day by day. How are you recruiting more and more people? What do you do? And what if somebody's watching this program from Leeds area, surrounding area, and wants to be part of this amazing group, what do they have to do?
Get in touch, inshallah. So Leeds Muslim Youth Forum, we're on Instagram.
Right.
Our sort of, I'm not sure what it's called, but to search us, it's Leeds Muslim YF.
Right.
Really get in touch, and I think that's a number one thing. It's having that initiative, that desire and that want to take the first step. I think it's just about taking the first step, inshallah. We're really easygoing. I would hope to think we are really open. We have monthly meetings. From the monthly meetings, we check in where people are at, what they're involved with, what else is going on in the community, what can they get involved with, and it might not be.
Where do you meet then?
We meet in the heart of Hare Hills, Roundhay Road.
Right.
So we have our own office.
Oh, do you?
Really informal meetings. We have pizzas.
All right.
We check in with each other, and we see what's going on in the
I wish I
community.
was a young person. I'd come there for the pizza as well.
You're more than welcome anytime.
Well, I mean, I know Roundhay Road quite well because my son used to have a post office on Eastleigh Road, and I used to come there every week on Easter. So carry on. So if young people want to come,
Sure.
is it an open forum where people can come anytime?
Yes, I think it's really important for the people that are coming forward, just from my behalf, that I sort of check in with them, see that they're at the right point in life, if that makes sense. Maturity is really important as well, just to ensure that they will follow up with what they want to get involved in. But really, mashallah, this time round, from the amount of cohorts that we've had of ambassadors, we've got the youngest sort of members this time round, starting from 14. Mashallah, and I think that's an asset and credit to their families and their parents, that they are so immature and so passionate about being involved in things that matter around them.
And one of the things, in terms of faith is, how do you value and measure, I'm not saying whether you should or not, but do you see how important faith is to the young people who come into you? Right? Is that something that you sort of look at and explore and talk about as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So Misbah and Yahya are part of the new cohort that started at the beginning of 2025. But I mean, in terms of instilling, continuing to make sure we're touching base with our sort of Islamic values and principles, 100%. Because like I mentioned before, so much of anything that we're doing, and even these small things, day-to-day things, it's all tied in with Islam. It's what we would hope that we would do on a day-to-day basis naturally. So I think, yeah, faith-led, young people-led in that sense.
Well, so I mean, do you have any English-speaking sort of scholars, apart from Qari Asim, obviously you mentioned, that who comes and gives you guidance and support and knowledge and information? Do you have somebody who's willing to do that?
In the past, with cohorts, because this is a sort of it's a newer cohort. In the past, we've had where we have monthly meetings. We invite a speaker in. So these guys, inshallah, in the next meeting, they'll have a lady who will come from Sparks organisation. It's a Christian organisation. So we have various people come in, speak to the ambassadors, let them know what's going on, how we can collaborate, work together. In terms of the Muslim sort of role models or pioneering individuals, sometimes it's a little bit difficult. I think often we've always got Qari Asim, and we know we can always touch base with him, but we are seeking and hoping that we can sort of get in touch with
other imams.
Imams is the word.
No, if there's anybody from Leeds who's watching this program, and I hope Mona Riaz from I've not seen Mona Riaz
Islamic
for
Centre.
a very long time. In fact, I was looking for his phone number the other day. I used to see him very, very regularly. I'm sure he'll be a very good contact to have if he can come and sort of talk to some of the young people as well. And may Allah keep him very well and healthy as well. As I said, I've not seen him for a very long time, and I'm hoping that one day I'll go over there and praise one of the namazis and maybe touch base with him again. As I say, I mean, the Muslim Youth Forum, some of the key issues they've identified is disconnect between leadership and the prophetic values as well. What does that mean to young people? How would you explain that to somebody, that you identified as one of the key issues? Do you feel that the prophetic values are not being followed properly?
I think it touches back with your question of role models.
Right.
And I think it's a difficulty of bridging together the elder generation in that sense, or people who are in a certain pioneering position for the Islamic community. And the disconnect is coming from, Misbah mentioned, language barrier, 100%, number one. Right. And also perhaps even maybe coming to a sound understanding together. So perhaps meeting halfway for young people and the older generation. The disconnect we felt from the summit was really about how we can merge sort of Islamic values on a day-to-day basis, but without making it so overwhelming for young people, which is often what they end up getting when they're spoken to.
Do you feel there's a cultural divide there, isn't there, from true Islamic principles and values?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Misbah, I hope you enjoyed being here. Is there anything particular you'd like to share with my audience out there about the work that you do and how it's encouraged you to do what you're doing?
I would say the best thing about LMYF is networking. It takes a huge part of a young person to network and to meet different people, a variety of people, and be in that social space. And I believe that, especially as a young person, you will struggle with finding jobs and education. And
I'm going to have to ask you to stop because we're running out of time very, very quickly. Yahya, 5 seconds if you can say something.
Alhamdulillah, I've just loved being part of LMYF. If you would like to be a part too, you can follow us on social media and contact us. We would love for you to take you on, and I'll pass it over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, all of you. Zara, thank you for coming. Misbah, Yahya. Fascinating discussion we've had today with these young people. And some of the things that they've mentioned are real challenges that we need to address as a community. Every one of us, whether you're a mosque person or a chairperson in a mosque, if we don't do anything, we're going to lose the generations, and we need to be careful that we don't. Thank you very much for coming. I hope you've enjoyed it. Inshallah, I'll see you next week. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.